Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're digging into a really interesting setup in the AI world. We're looking at SuperMicro computer, Hyperscale Data Inc, and, well, the big one behind a lot of it, Nvidia.
Yeah, it's this kind of triangle forming, isn't it? We've been looking at how they connect and what it all means.
Exactly. So let's start with SuperMicro. What's their role here?
Okay, so SuperMicro, they're essentially building the machines, right? The high performance servers.
But specifically tuned for AI?
Precisely.
Yeah.
They work really closely with Nvidia. Think of Nvidia's latest chips like Grace Hopper or the new Blackwell GPUs.
The really powerful stuff.
Yeah, the cutting edge. SuperMicro builds the server systems that let those chips actually do the heavy lifting for AI. They're known for being fast too.
Fast in what way? Like processing speed?
Well, yes, but also fast to market. When Nvidia announces something new, Supermicro aims to be one of the first, if not the first, to have server solutions ready.
Ah, okay. They have that building block approach, right?
Exactly. That's key. It lets them integrate new tech, like a new Nvidia GPU, very quickly into their existing platforms. It's like modular, you could say.
Got it. So they provide the specialized hardware. Now, what about Hyperscale Data Inc? Where do they fit in?
Right. So Hyperscale is coming at it from the data center side. They operate the building, the infrastructure around the servers.
Okay, standard data centers.
Well, they were maybe more standard, but now they're making a really big shift, a strategic pivot, you could call it, towards AI and high performance computing. HPC, look at their Michigan facility. They're boosting power capacity massively.
How massive?
From something like 28 megawatts up to a planned 340 megawatts. That's a huge jump.
Wow. And you only need that kind of power
for dense computing.
Right.
Like packing tons of GPUs together for AI training or inference. It screams AI focus.
And they're already doing it. It's not just plans.
No, they recently had their first successful Nvidia GPU installation for a cloud provider out in Silicon Valley. So yeah, they're actively building this capability. Okay, so we have Supermicro building the Nvidia powered servers and Hyperscale building the specialized data centers to house potentially those kinds of servers.
See the connection emerging, both heavily reliant on or focused around Nvidia's technology.
Right. So the underlying question is, what does this strong pull towards Nvidia from both these companies really signal?
Well, digging a bit deeper into Supermicro first. Their relationship with Nvidia isn't casual, it's foundational.
How so?
Their product portfolio is basically built around Nvidia's roadmap. They offer systems for Grace Hopper, sometimes with liquid cooling options because these things get hot.
Liquid cooling, okay, that's serious performance.
Definitely. And for the new Blackwell chips, they have systems like the HGX B100, B200, even talking about the huge GB200 NVL72 superclusters.
These sound like massive installations.
They are. Supermicro talks about delivering entire rack scale solutions. Think ready-to-go racks, potentially for tens, even hundreds of thousands of GPUs for these giant AI factories. Mind-boggling scale, really. Okay, so that's Supermicro. Let's loop back to Hyperscale's transformation then.
Right, that huge power upgrade in Michigan. The focus on AI HPC, it tells you their business model is shifting. They're targeting customers in the AI ecosystem.
Offering them the specialized space, power, and cooling. Colocation, basically.
Yeah, colocation and hosting services, but tailored for these demanding AI workloads, they need to house advanced servers.
Servers like the ones Supermicro makes, powered by Nvidia.
Exactly. So it seems like a pretty safe bet, doesn't it, that Hyperscale is or is likely to become a Supermicro customer.
The pieces fit. Hyperscale needs the hardware. Supermicro provides leading Nvidia-based hardware.
And Supermicro even has product lines like MegaDC and CloudDC aimed specifically at these, hyperscale data center environments.
Right.
Plus that liquid cooling expertise.
It becomes critical when Hyperscale starts packing those facilities with power-hungry GPUs for their AI clients.
Precisely, aligns really well.
So, okay, let's think about what this means for you listening in. This whole AI infrastructure market is just booming, right?
Absolutely exploding. And companies like Supermicro are riding that wave. Hyperscale is clearly making a strategic move to catch it too.
Of course, it's not just them. There's competition, other server makers, other data center operators.
Sure, it's a competitive space. But Nvidia sits right at the heart of this particular ecosystem, kind of driving the bus.
So the big picture here is this really tight linkage. Nvidia innovates the chips.
Supermicro rapidly integrates them into powerful, often specialized servers.
And Hyperscale builds the advanced data centers capable of running these massive AI deployments.
Yeah, and that whole chain directly impacts how quickly AI advances and, how accessible that computing power becomes for everyone developing AI.
Right. So maybe a final thought for you to mull over. Consider this interconnectedness. How does this tight loop, NVIDIA's tech, SuperMicro's hardware speed, Hyperscale's infrastructure actually shape the future of AI?
Like, what new capabilities might emerge because these players are working so closely, maybe even anticipating each other's needs? How does it affect the AI tools and services that ultimately reach you?
It's a dynamic relationship. Definitely one to watch. Thanks for taking this deep dive with us.